credibility gaps and methodological inconsistencies. Look at Claude.
Hey guys, it's Masai Andrews here, and today I'm in the law office of my first ever law firm client, who also happens to be my amazing godmother, Yaida Ford. Today we're going to be setting up Claude on her desktop so I can help her get ready for her upcoming trial in Washington, D.C.
Hi everybody, my name's Yaida Ford. I am a civil rights trial lawyer here in Washington, D.C. And I'm exploring how AI can help me get ready for my next jury trial. I have a jury trial against the Metropolitan Police Department in a wrongful death police shooting case. So I'm curious, about using AI in the different aspects of trial preparation.
Download Claude and Anthropic.
Exactly. Anthropic is the AI business that creates Claude, and then you'll just click that download for Windows button. There we go. And then we have that .exe, and you can go ahead and open that up. Okay. So now what we'll do is whenever you're ready, you can just click Get Started, and then we'll walk through the setup.
So I need to.
Yeah, you'll put your email in there. And then continue, click the link sent. So they'll send a link to your email, and just go ahead and you should be able to click that black box right there.
That's different.
It is.
So I didn't need a code.
Well, you'll go ahead. You see where it says open right there at the very top?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one right there. And that should open Claude.
So I didn't need the verification code after all.
Yeah, it just skips through. And the bottom of your screen.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's open, yeah. And then we go ahead and create an account here.
Okay.
And then you'll do personal use.
It's gonna let me do what I need to do.
Let's go $100 a month. Let's go max. So just click, you see where it says get max?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get the max plan.
Legal, so I get to tell them I'm a legal person.
Exactly. Can you mind making
what
this?
What kind of work do you do?
You mind making this full screen?
Oh yeah, sure.
So he'll block.
Yeah, I don't have to say my business.
There we
go.
go.
Legal. So we run a legal checkup on my business, draft a demand letter.
And you can click I have my own topic, because Claude is mainly for in-house legal teams or people that use it the most.
I do trial work. So what should I say?
A bit different. Okay, and then we can X out of this as well. So this is Claude. This is the workspace for Claude.
Interesting.
It has two modes. So do you see it in the chat box where it says chat and co-work?
Mm-hmm.
Chat is just like your thinking partner, basically. It's where you can go back and forth and talk about different ideas, etc. Co-work is a part that will create actual files and documents for you.
Interesting.
So when you actually want real files to get created, you want things to be, you want your PDF summaries and that type of stuff, you're going to do it in co-work. So those are the difference between those two. I think you can start with chat. Maybe we can start with like just a question or something like that in chat, just so you can get familiar with chat.
Just asking, do you have a draft and opening statement? Interesting. I teach a class on opening statements, so I'm just thinking,
Seeing what it does.
Yeah, seeing what it does.
So one of the first things we want to do here is we want to train, because right now it doesn't know who you are. So we want to sort of train it on who you are. And the best way to do that is, do you see the button that says new in the top left?
Yes.
If you can click that new button, and then what you'll type in there is
tell who I am?
Yes, but then don't hit enter yet. So everybody's travel, you can tell your name, your firm, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
You want to go in depth about the type of work you do and how you want it to be your assistant and all that.
I tell it what I want it to do?
How you want it to act. You want it to be a legal assistant, you want it to...
Oh, so I should be... just my next trial.
Well, this is going to be... So you want to tell how you want it to act in general. So it's going to be your assistant sort of on an ongoing basis. So you want to let it know that it's going to be assisting you. Yeah, exactly. And this is going to make sense in a second. But so we have it being a legal assistant. What we want to do is, if you click your name in the bottom left, you see where it says Yaida Ford in the bottom left? Mm-hmm. If you click on that, and you go to settings at the top of there. Alright, and then you see where it says instructions for Claude in the middle there. So that big box in the middle. So those instructions are going to inform how it acts whenever you're interacting with it. So this is where you put stuff like, I want you to be my legal assistant that does XYZ, or I always want you to push back on my ideas, or I always want you to give 2 or 3 different angles. That sort of stuff, that's like the generalized instructions for how it acts all the time. Okay. Now what you can do is you can copy all that you wrote in there whenever you're done.
That's really what I want.
Okay, so copy all that you have inside there. And then you can X out of this. You can save the changes and X out. And then you can go into Claude in the chat and tell it, write instructions for Claude. And then paste what you have in there. Or say write detailed instructions for Claude. For Claude to act as my legal assistant. There we go. And then you can paste exactly what you just wrote.
Do I hit enter?
Not yet. I would paste what you just wrote as well.
Okay.
And then you can shoot that through. And it should give you detailed instructions, and you can then take those instructions and you can paste that into the instructions for Claude section.
Go back to
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah. And then that way, whenever you're interacting with it, it'll always remember who you are and what you're doing and how you want it to act and all that kind of stuff.
But using it to help, make things more efficient, I think is a good use.
Yeah, I think it all depends what you use it for.
Make me more efficient.
And so there we go. So those are the instructions that it's writing out right there. You have standing rules, never invent, etc., etc. And then it's going to open them over on the right-hand side. And you can...
Interesting.
This is sort of how it works to edit documents, right? It opens documents on the right, and you can tell it changes you want to make on the left. But you can look at these instructions and sort of, scroll through them. And whenever you're happy with them, you can copy them and you can paste them back exactly where we just were.
Never invent authority. Interesting that it's telling itself that. It must have heard me.
Maybe.
Because that's its fault.
Maybe.
This is very interesting. Let's see what this ethics framing says.
Okay.
Interesting how it says, don't pretend your output is verified. Say what needs checking. I don't know that it would know
What you want to do, though, is you want to click the copy button at the top right, though. You see that one? That's what copy the whole thing. Click it one more time for me, please. There we go. And then we'll go to...
How come you just don't click copy it the other way? Is there a reason why not?
Well, because that way, if we copy that way, we're going to copy the whole document.
Okay.
And then once you have that, you can select everything in there and just paste that right in the instructions for Claude.
So I can get rid of this?
Exactly.
Okay. So this is basically the guide.
Exactly. It's what in AI we call it a system prompt, but it's the guide of how it's going to operate every time you talk to it.
We filed a lawsuit and now we just need a default judgment, so I wonder if it could just draft something simple like that I do not have time to do. And it would save me money because I wouldn't have to farm it out. I mean, for farming out little stuff like that, it would save me time, it would save me like thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah. Okay.
Potentially, depending on how much I use it.
So we can go ahead and close out of this. That's the main thing we want to do is get that prompt in there.
Okay.
And now once we have that, that's the beginning of the setup.
So I would like AI to help with really basic tasks. So if I don't have time, for example, to draft a motion for entry of default judgment, can it do that because I'm busy with something else? I'd also like to see how succinctly it helps me create documents like a direct examination of a particular witness or a cross-examination of a rebuttal expert.
So you're gonna click new again in the top left.
So every time I want to upload a document, I have to click new.
You don't have to, but it's good to occasionally because you don't want your chats to get too long.
Oh.
Perfect.
Do a cross on.
And another thing you can do is, do you see the microphone that's in the bottom right of the chat?
Yeah.
You can click on that microphone and you can just speak what you want it to do instead of typing it if you want to.
Okay.
So we can try that out.
Can you create a cross-examination of this expert witness based on his report?
There we go. And you can shoot that too. This is when you just, let Claude do its magic.
Yeah. Dissecting contradictions in officers' timeline and threat assessment. Interesting. Scrutinizing experts' weapons recovery claims and investigative gaps. Credibility gaps and methodological inconsistencies. Look at Claude.
Okay, and then so it's also doing research as well on the internet. And that's all the
The things that he must have cited. Dissecting his vulnerabilities and constructing impeachment strategy.
So that's the cross-examination outline on the right-hand side. And you can always ask questions about it too if you want in the chat.
This is what it's suggesting that I ask him. And chapter, so it's breaking the cross-examination down in chapters, basically.
Seems like it.
Okay.
If you were to save this, you probably would want to tell Claude to make it a PDF. Oh, there you go. Print as a PDF also. That even works too.
So this is like an outline.
Yeah, there we go. So that has that. And then there was a...
Interesting.
Do you want to try a couple more things?
I want to see if it can voir dire his resume.
Okay.
So we picked up that Judge Qualified Key 10 years ago, in another case. That's cool. Now that definitely saves time and effort. Interesting.
What are you looking for as you're reading this?
Just what my areas of voir dire are, like what I'm questioning him on or what I'm crossing him on. So voir dire is different from crossing him on his report. Voir dire just looks at his credentials, so it's only creating voir dire on the DNA piece. Because I get to voir dire him, then they will, and then I can do rebuttal or cross. So I think that's what it's doing.
Okay, cool. Do you want to give your final thoughts?
So I'm excited to try this.
So we got Claude set up on your computer. We ran it through a couple of things. We ran it through, first one was...
An expert witness opinion that I have to prepare a cross-examination for.
And the second one, voir dire?
The second one was voir dire of his resume. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And what were your first thoughts, first impressions?
I was pretty impressed with the level of sophistication in Claude's analysis of the expert report. It is a what we call a 1983 case, so it's an officer-involved shooting. It's brought under a civil rights statute, and Claude seemed to pick up on that. And when I put his resume in, Claude picked up on the fact that this expert had testified in front of my trial judge 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool too. So I'm excited to see what it does.
Okay. And then how are you thinking about using it moving forward?
Definitely, I have a ton of experts in this case, which is why I was like, I'm going to need some AI assistance, I think, to help maximize my efficiency because I have to do so many. I'm doing the entire jury trial and delegating to different team members. So I'm looking forward to that part of it. I'm not sure about drafting motions or anything like that. But certainly I'm looking forward to it digesting the expert witness testimony, helping me with cross-examinations of experts, definitely with voir dire, because it takes a lot of time when you're researching, even pulling cases that they've testified in, that takes a lot of time. And so this might save me some time on some other things. Okay,
very cool. And then do you have, I guess, what would you say to your peers? Do you have any advice to your peers in terms of using AI or thinking about using AI, what they should or shouldn't do with it?
I definitely think if you're a busy trial lawyer and if you are somebody who has been successful in trying cases and you want to keep winning, I think using AI to your advantage could really make a difference, especially when it comes to, trials where you have, different layers of evidence and where you just really want to win. There's so many different phases to a trial. I've broken down my whatever resistance I had to, using AI in certain ways. I certainly still don't use it to like research case, like definitely afraid of case hallucination and seeing like attorneys, get sanctioned for that. But definitely as it create like for trial prep, I'm really excited to see like how much time it saves me and, so that I can focus on the parts of my trial that really matter and will maximize, the outcome that we can get at the end, that maximize the verdict.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Claude for the win.
Thank you guys for watching and for sticking around to the end of this video. I hope you guys got value out of watching this Claude setup. I hope you guys can implement it into your own practices. Thanks again. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. What's up, chat? Just kidding. Hold on.
Who is chat? Can I just find out? Can I get a breakdown of the code?
Chat.
Because you coming in here like...
Chat is when streamers are live streaming, they ask their chat questions.
Because they have
What's
like
up, chat?
the chat. Yeah.
What's up, chat?
So it's just like a general name.
Chat in my
The
cook chat?
Chat.
That's hilarious.
W's in the chat, L's in the chat.
Yeah.